Your girl knows I fuck the sauce. No ketchup. Just sauce. Raw sauce. Boom. Yo.
From 0 to 100 back to 0 in just about, 16 seconds. Hello everyone, my name is Heroes of the Storm and welcome back to a break, sort of. Not back, it was a break. I need a break. It's just, you know, to get like the elephant in the room out of the way. M4 hasn't uploaded in a massive amount of time and I don't know... Sorry. I've lost all motivation to make YouTube videos. Not gonna lie. About a month ago? Yeah, I'd say a month ago. Month and a half. I'll kind of just... I started up editing software. And I just sat there looking. And then I realized I don't have any footage. And I had no inspiration to make an intro or even to talk about World of Tanks. With... you know, making YouTube videos about World of Tanks comes a very important part, and that is actually playing the game. Something I haven't really done in a month or so, or longer. I've lost the will to play World of Tanks. Everything that annoyed me about World of Tanks came to the point where I just had enough of it. I've said this to someone or in a YouTube video. It doesn't matter how much you love something. After a while, the smallest thing will start annoying you. And it doesn't matter how much you love it, but that thing will start chewing at you, just started gnawing away at me. And then I get annoyed by it. It's just not just a small, like, it's a bit annoying, just a small bothersome really, like I miss a shot even though it's fully aimed, you know, it happens, it's RNG. But after 6.5 years of playing, that missing a shot that's fully aimed on the side of a mouse turns from, oh, come on, to me wanting to punch my desk in anger because that shot should have just hit. There's no real way that it could have missed. If we look at a game like, for example, CSGO, I have a reticle in my screen. I shoot at that reticle, my belay flies exactly where that reticle is. And then we have this as an example in World of Tanks. It might be a derp gun, but you get the point.
Ayo, Captain Jack. Ayo, Captain Jack.
And don't get me wrong, that's an extreme example, but that's some bullshit if I've ever seen one. I've got many examples, I just don't have them recorded. With these Christmas mission things, I've been playing World of Tanks a bit more. I've been trying to get back into it, just doing these missions, right? And some of these missions are stupid easy. Get 5 kills, get 3k damage, be in the top 7 of experience and or damage earned. And then you have do 3k bounced in any of your tanks. I'm so glad everyone fires premium ammo. But that's not really the point. My point is still RNG. I have an example somewhere. Oh, I hope I can find it. If not, then you better take my word for it. I was playing my Tortoise. I think, no, 183 on Swamp. And I see that there's a type of heavy coming around the corner. And I kind of pre-aim for him. He sees me. He puts his gun to me as he's like for driving forwards. Then he starts moving back. He fires at me. His reticle is probably the size of Jupiter. I miss with my shot and he hits me, and he will do damage because he's got a 1400 alpha high explosive premium derp gun. Well done, Wargaming. I'm so glad that that tank still exists. Not only that, I didn't like the way where I was going with my videos. In the news, I was progressively starting to be more and more annoyed, angry. Marking mission was just... It feels good to get the mark, but I'm not the person to get marks. I'm inconsistent. I don't always get like consistently 4k damage, 3.5k, enough to get like a second mark and stuff like that. I was pissed. I have a Borsig one recorded for the first mark. First mark! It took me 1 hour and 45 minutes to just get the first mark. And I was not on speaking terms with everyone for the rest of that day. It was quite bad. Anyway, in World of Tanks news, there's a couple of things happening next patch. The Badger is being added. The Badger is an alright tank. They've nerfed the DPM a bit, which is fine. Yeah, I understand. It was a bit over the top stupid. You've got customization where you can add blue, purple on your tanks and some other standard colors. I believe I can have French blue greenish now on my American tanks. I can make my Japanese tanks brownish, greenish, grayish if I want to. So stuff like that. It's alright. It's nothing special. I'm waiting for the moment where you can actually add things on your tanks. So that's cool. Nice RNG. What's coming? Then there's this. Not winter camos. Holiday camos that are apparently a thing now. Happening soon, maybe. I'm not quite sure. I've just seen the pictures. So, Water Tanks has some stuff happening. I guess everyone's just waiting for the new HD maps, I guess. However, what I do like about these new customization options is, for example, I'm quite not a fan of the blue and purple if it's just on the entire tank. But there are some camos that, if you paint a tank, it isn't like all colored. For example, you've got the digital camo that I've shown multiple times on this YouTube channel. That completely covers the entire tank. So if I paint something while that camo is applied, it's barely visible. It's only on the edges where, say, the paint has been scrapped off and the underlaying paint is still there. However, if you have a winter camo, let's say on the leopard, the gray in the camo, if you have the liney squiggly ones, the gray is part of the underlayer. And that does get painted. So you can have like cool stuff like this, where what is normally grey is now blue. I kinda like that. That's good addition, wargaming. And you can turn that off, by the way. If you don't want unhistorical camos, then you use there's a checkbox somewhere in the menu to turn that shit off. Anyway, more RNG goes My Little Pony's way as he misses the shot on the M41 girlfriend another time. Hey, I've got some bad news for all of you involved in this video where I'm announcing that I'm not really back and I don't know what I'm going to do. It's a YouTube video yet. I might play different games. I might just become a random video game channel with Water Tanks still in there somewhere, probably, maybe. I still absolutely love doing these intros. This intro I regret because it was a lot of work. Like, it took me an hour and a half for 16 seconds. Anyway, I didn't notice that, Isn't it infuriating when you're expecting something and it just cuts off there? Yeah, there is no bad news. I just wanted to annoy you.